This is what the plate looks like with just the spray aqua tint on it. I was etching the copper plate for the test for number 70, and I got an email, someone talking about doing a mezzotint, and so I thought, well, I don't do mezzotints, but I do use an electric engraver to touch up my plate sometimes, so I thought for this one I would show a little demonstration of doing that. And then I clean the plate off, and then I'm going to put some ink into it so I can see it, and I can try a little sort of a mezzotint effect. Okay. Hi, I'm Bill.
And I'm Lynda.
And we're all ready to test number 70. And Lynda's going to do the video.
Okay, are you all set?
Oh, wait a minute. The video camera's over there. How?
Oh, but this one's special. Oh! You dirty trick.
Okay, I'm ready to start setting up the press. Every press comes with a little book. It's sort of like a baby birth certificate or something that goes in the box underneath the press. And I'll show you more about the box later on. To set the press up, the most important thing is to keep the rollers parallel with each other. To do that, I lower the top roller all the way down to where it's touching the bed, and then I back it off to make room for the blankets to come in. I count the turns. It's about 12 half turns to give enough room for the blankets. Then I put the blankets in. The sizing catcher goes on the bottom, and the pusher felt, they're called, goes on the top. And that's about enough room to get them in. I started under the roller, and then I tighten it back down about 6 half turns, or as tight as I can get it. After you've practiced a while, you know how tight to make it. You have an option too that I built these roller rulers on the side so that you can look at the little numbers that are etched on the little brass rulers and line them up with the edges of the block or the little line that's engraved in the edge. Now the press is set up. I also have set up over here the plate that I made. I make a copper etching plate for each press that I build, and I use that plate for a test, and then I send that plate and the print to the owner. I have an ink slab. I have 2 pieces of paper that I soaked earlier in water and blotted it off, put it in a plastic bag. Hot plate is hot. This will help me soften the ink when it's time to ink up the plate and print it. You'll see how I use these other things too when I get started. So on with the gloves, and I'll ink up the plate. I'm using Charbonnel black etching ink. It's called Soft Black. And I'm going to add a drop or 2 of this double-aught plate oil. That will soften the ink slightly, make it a little easier for the work of inking and wiping the plate. When I have the ink well worked up, I'll put a little bit on the plate. Doesn't take much. And I'll scrape that around, rub that into the texture with a bit of mat board, a little piece of mat board that I cut up for the purpose. I have a handy device here called a sticky board, which is a non-skid sort of a gripper product they sell in hardware stores and drug stores. Then I'll drop it onto a piece of a telephone book page, and that will warm the ink when I start the tarlatan wiping. Back to the sticky mat. And then when it's up with the tarlatan, I'll switch to the paper wipe. And when that seems satisfactory, I switch to the hand wipe. And for that I have to take off the glove and wear a little bit of talcum powder. And finally, clean off the edges. Before I started this videotape, I had made a short videotape showing how I used an electric engraver to change the tone in some of the dark areas. So pretty soon we're going to see what the effect of that electric engraver was. For the sake of the video, I'll roll it back again. And before I pull the proof, I'll put on my moment number, the moment the print was made. The year is 2010, the month is 12, the day is the 11th, and the time is 14:37, using the 24-hour clock. There's trial proof number 1. So that completes the test of number 70, and now I'll show you what comes with the press in the box. As I said, the owner will get the print and the plate, inside the box. They also get the little book and the certificate of authenticity. New felts, the DVD, the same program you're watching, plus a number of 1-minute lessons and some trailers for videos that are available at printmakingvideos.com. This is a card on which I will mount the plate when I finish printing my second proof, my second trial proof, and I'll clean up this plate and I'll mount it so that the owner has a nice presentation of this test. And a user's manual. I include an Allen wrench too for tightening the hub, the set screws on the hub on the wheel if it ever became loose. The owner also gets a new copper plate for making their own artist trading card in copper, and a little book explaining where I get my copper and how I get it ready. Well, that completes the test for number 70. This press is on its way to Sweden. I'm Bill Ritchie. Thanks for watching.